you have to have a.
Oh no, it won't be in it because it's such a wide shot that I'll be cutting it out to be able to make a TikToker, which I can't make TikToks now.
Did they ban it?
Yeah. Biden said.
When you turn 26, you can no longer be drafted.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, that's this player Seth wanted
Oh, and his
on the Raiders.
wow.
Seth fixed his Mustang.
I
The
heard it.
Falcons. They just signed. What's his name?
So I need to share
Who
this
do
on
the Falcons have?
Facebook.
Kirk Cousins.
I've got cousins named Kurt.
He looks like he might be one of your cousins.
Ooh,
Do you like that?
do you like that?
Wasn't that Kirk Cousins? Do you like that? He's like the whitest dude ever, basically. Just all
Why is it gotta be white?
because he's white.
I shared it on Facebook. It's a classic.
Bum, bum,
I love the
bum,
no viewers.
Oh,
bum,
glad we
bum,
hooked that TV up.
bum, bum. Right? Hey guys, I don't even look at the number. Bum, bum, but we are broadcasting during the prime of the NFL draft.
You know, we do this a lot where we do it right there in the middle of something.
It's crazy how many big sporting events happen on a Thursday. You still not be that way. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, Matt Barber.
Hey, are we extra quiet today, Matt? Let us know.
Did we sound okay to you, buddy?
See,
How do we look?
30 seconds.
Also, how you doing, man?
No, we don't care about that.
Cowboy Cerrone really jacked up his arm.
Did it get broked?
He was riding a bull or a horse and bucking bronco, and it like ripped all of the muscle down his left arm.
That'll do it.
Pretty gnarly. Let's see. I need to do a boomerang.
Are those what you got from the lady at the store?
Boomerangs.
No. When she wrote on your box. 'Cause you said
Oh
it was-
yeah. What's a good song that I should post with this on a story for Happy Birthday, Big Daddy Donuts?
I don't know, man. What's popular?
50 Cent.
Yeah, go
50
Go.
Cent.
go
Go Shawty.
go. Shawty. It's your
Okay.
birthday. Right? It's like the
Is
birthday
it
song.
is it spelled Shorty or
Shawty.
It's probably spelled shorty, but
it's in the club, right?
Yeah.
It's explicit.
that one. Hey.
Okay. I was just making sure it didn't curse.
And we don't
Okay.
give a fuck. It's not your birthday.
Turn it down.
I already turned it down.
It's good, Matt. It's good.
Let me make a link. They changed everything.
It's a
on
weird
here.
day, but a good day.
You got robbed again?
No, not
Oh.
that weird. Man. I did have to tell everybody on Sunday, though, that we have cameras now and make sure you
Don't pick your
are
nose.
aware of that. You know, just so they know.
This is a weird.
This is the longest intro. Let's go.
Oh, whatever.
We used to sit here for 5 minutes.
We did.
We've been here
We're
for,
not
sitting
even
for at
four
least.
We did speed before he came in. So he's all right.
I have been on my meds this week,
See?
and they make a difference.
What'd you just look at?
Man, the reaction was visceral.
There's like a place in Europe where everybody sticks their gum to the wall.
Oh,
And somebody licked
It's
it.
just a giant wall, and this
Oh.
girl who was very attractive was reaching over and licked up the wall,
Oh.
grabbed gum with her mouth, and pulled it away from the wall. And it made me gag a little bit. Gonna be honest.
How
Of
long
all-
do germs? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
How long
Same.
would germs live in a piece of gum?
I don't think I care so much about the germs. Like, I don't think it's the germ part. It's just the gross.
Have you ever shared gum with anybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was his
That's
name?
not your.
Wife
I've never
or
shared gum with a
girlfriend.
male.
That's not
I have.
your wife.
I have never shared gum with a male.
I did it for a laugh several times, maybe 24 times.
Couldn't do it.
What does that mean
I'm
if you share
41. I've
gum
got a
with
lot of
male?
times to make jokes.
What does it mean?
Yeah,
Open to interpretation.
Oh, Matt, we're doing good.
dealer's choice.
Let's go ahead and get started with all this fun banter.
Faces are wild. All right, everybody shut up. It's time for the game.
That blows my mind.
Everybody, my microphone's
say?
still on. He gave my address out on Facebook.
Did he dox you? I don't know. Jesus is coming.
If you say another word, you're out of here. And I was like, yeah, well, you're terrible. So
You think you could kill that cat barehanded if it came at you?
No.
Oh, I think yes.
And this is Pod Bless.
The draft's coming at you.
This is our draft live show.
Thursday.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Bum bum bum
See,
bum. Bum,
Did he
bum,
move it?
Bum bum.
No, you're still there.
Bum 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 bum.
I can zoom it in. Do you want to fix that so he doesn't show in there, Joey?
No, it's fine. It's whatever.
That's what I say. I mean, I'm
It's
not
whatever.
centered. Am I centered, Noah?
Not really.
Yeah, see, when you moved it a second ago, I think it's not centered. So if you want to make it centered, you can.
I didn't move it. Centered would make it worse. It would be putting it toward Brett.
Oh. Never mind then. We'll just work with it.
Oh my gosh.
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
I can't do it.
How's it going, everybody out there in podcast land? How's it going in there? Oh, wow, you're really going now. Oh, you're really making this thing now. Oh, man.
You still look great.
It's fine.
You still look great.
Anyway,
You look
thanks for
great,
tuning
Danny
in to
Freeman.
Pod Bless Podcast, whether it be live, commenting in with us like you're a guest on the show, or if you're checking it out later after the audio goes up. We appreciate you being a part of the show.
And we are not watching the draft over our shoulders.
Well, I think everybody knows you guys would be. I know I'm not because I don't have any clue where those teams
Bengals
are.
go, what did you say, 16?
Is that Cincinnati?
What?
I'm joking. It's just a C.
See you what?
A sea of men.
It is. I mean,
It's raining men. Hallelujah. It's
Hallelujah.
raining men.
hallelujah.
NFL, man. That's how they do. They rain them in.
There has never been a female NFL player, right?
Rain them in.
Have you guys taken in a baseball game this year?
In person? Or just on TV?
I did tonight.
Person? No. I mean like the Reds.
No, I have not been to a game, but I have watched games.
It was pretty intense. T-ball is no joke. First grade T-ball.
I agree. Cooper and I went last night to the Reds game.
Oh, good.
They
Season
won.
tickets?
He gets a
I
ball
wish.
Yeah.
every time he goes to that
I
stadium.
don't get it. I
Foul
went,
ball right to him?
No,
It's
the
just
player
random from
flips him up.
Oh.
Or he gets one literally. Like it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start sitting up higher because he thinks it's part of the game.
He's gonna be so mad.
They always give me a ball.
He's
Dad.
gonna like be like crying walking out of the stadium.
That'd
Like,
be
why
funny.
didn't I get a ball? It's like, buddy,
That's
doesn't happen
bad.
often.
It's like a, what is it, Shane Gillis thing? They just assume. They're like, oh, here, little buddy.
It's almost
Yeah.
to the point, you know how like when you get a ball flipped to you and you find like or not you, but people in general will find like a pretty girl to give it to. I'm gonna have Cooper start doing that, but give it to like another little kid.
Hey man, we got enough. We got enough.
Yeah,
We
like-
got to spread the wealth.
Get too many balls. You're going to start using them at practice.
Yeah, he was so.
He did
Who's this
And
one signed by? Yeah, I'll use this one.
in the backyard the other day. He was throwing the ball up and hitting it with his bat while I was mowing,
It was a.
and it was a MLB ball.
Nice.
He's got so many that are just his practice balls.
They're
now.
toys.
Might as well be. Be fun showing up to practice and be like, oh, that's a, MLB ball.
Yeah, Nick
Yeah.
Castellanos gave me that.
Nice. The third one.
You
That one.
shouldn't hit that one.
No, that one's in a case.
Okay,
He's not getting to that one. It's too high up.
probably shouldn't. Yeah.
I want to say thanks. I don't know where I need to aim that at. If it's going to be
Here.
backwards, it's seeable. Happy birthday, Big Daddy! It was my birthday since the last episode.
The lady at
Hold
Dunkin'
on,
gave
hold
you
on,
this?
hold on.
Yeah,
This is the wrong donut company.
it is the wrong donut, but
Yeah,
they were closed. They have
Okay.
specific hours because they're so
Okay.
special
Acceptable.
with their donuts.
Then
we
it's
couldn't-
acceptable.
Yeah.
But you know it's bad to rep
Eh,
counter-sponsored products.
Let's take a look and see. Maybe there's Peace, Love, and Little Donuts inside here.
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh,
Those are the
Ooh.
churro ones.
Oh, churro!
Ooh, do you mind if I Boston cream it?
It is my birthday, but go ahead.
Is that your favorite?
Just go ahead.
Just take it. No, I won't do
You've
it.
been to Boston more
Nope.
than me.
Nope.
Go ahead.
I'm not
Take
touching it. You can't
Take it.
force feed me that donut.
Yes, I could. This sounds like a fun thing we should do. But yeah, thanks for the donuts for my birthday.
Go
Just eat the
chocolate
Boston
sprinkles.
cream.
No, it's his birthday.
No, eat it. I was joking with you.
I'm going for the churro one. So.
How do we make so many jokes on here and you still can't catch a joke?
Oh my
sorry, I'm
no,
bad at
that's
jokes.
not.
What's wrong?
Is it stale?
Oh
You
my.
know who would never do that?
Hold on.
Peace, love, and little donuts.
Yeah.
Wait, real close to the mic so they can have the.
That's the crunchiest churro I've ever seen. Here, you want this one? No.
Matt said he's never even been close to getting a foul ball. I got an in-game foul ball from Scooter. Was it Scooter Jeanette? Wasn't that his name? We were right on the front row. I leaned out over, almost fell in the
That's
stadium.
not a real person.
Scooter Jeanette?
I'm joking.
I know, right? Was he from the, are you all right? Was he from Cincinnati
It's good.
or something?
I bet.
It's hard as a rock, but it's good.
Not going to say the joke.
Nope.
So there was a
What joke?
viral video going around of
I
Bert.
set one on the tee earlier and nobody took it. I was so proud of all of you.
Bert Kreschner was interviewing with a news thing, and it had famous baseball player that was inducted into the Cincinnati Hall of Fame.
Oh, I saw this. It was
Jason.
No.
What number?
I don't. It didn't have
Johnny
that part.
Bench.
Pitcher. He was the first Hispanic pitcher in the Reds or something. He won a World Series.
Anyway,
Jose
what-
Rio.
No.
What
he
year?
Wasn't like Big Red Machine. He was like early 2000s.
So what's funny about it is Bert Kreschner
Wait,
is talking to him, and he goes, "Hey."
Danny.
Danny Graves.
Yeah, it was Danny Graves.
Bert
Graves
Kreschner
is
is talking on the news. Danny Graves is sitting there, and Bert Kreschner says, "I used to play baseball with Danny Graves, when I was younger." And they said, "Yeah, that's him." And he goes, "Danny Graves?" And they started talking about what high schools they went to in
No.
Florida. And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Dude, I used to hit off you." And then they start laughing. He goes, "Oh my gosh, dude, you were so good. I remember you from when we were kids." And the lady doing the news was like, "Yeah, he just got inducted into the Cincinnati Hall of Fame." And he was like, "No way," because he didn't know, as he doesn't follow professional
Yeah.
sports. He's like, "Did you go to college and play?" He was like, "Yeah."
What record does he hold for the Cincinnati Reds? A little bit of trivia.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Most hit by pitches?
No.
most hairs lost in a season.
No.
Okay.
Most closing strikeouts.
No. He's the Reds' all-time leader in saves.
Mm.
Really?
So he's a Christian. That's pretty awesome.
Well done. Well done.
It's good donuts.
You need to try the churro one. Even though it's
Baseball
hard.
evangelism?
We'll break it up and share it.
No.
Evangelism?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Brett would
funny
love
because you would get
evangelist.
your church to like pay for you to go to all the
Yeah,
games.
Brett's an evangelist.
You should have him start a fund.
I did make friends
New
with
position?
the people in front of us last night.
There you go.
Aw, look at you.
You
They
need
had
to get,
two kids that were there, and
you get season tickets, and then you get to learn everybody around you.
no, the church needs to get the
Box
pastor
seats.
thing.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, they'll give you a free
Yeah,
one or two.
I told just one. I told
Yeah.
Sarah to get on that for next year.
We should do that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's nice to thank you for letting us use your basement last week.
Yeah,
Nice to have internet here, though, this week.
it was fun to have a show in there again.
Thanks for letting us out.
Yep, that was the part that I didn't know if we would get there, if you guys were allowed to leave. But, kids started crying, and I was like, well, I'll loosen the locks.
You're like, well, we got another show this week, so better let them go around 7:30 tonight.
7:30, nothing. You guys started
Dude.
playing my VR headsets.
Those things were so cool. And I didn't get motion sick for like the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't running. It's when
I-
you're running is what makes
Yeah,
it.
you're right. I legitimately felt like in Iron Man movies. It's like
Oh, yeah.
you reach up and move stuff. You're like,
If you really
"What?"
got to working with it, when you lay the joysticks down, you can use your hands. The new one,
It didn't track as well, I thought, without him.
well, it doesn't do it as well,
Yeah.
but it's something they're working on that you
Mhm.
can do it. Pretty neat.
I asked Sarah if I could buy one.
Yeah. She said no.
Did you get one?
You can get them off Marketplace pretty cheap.
That's going to be one of those things I just buy and be like, oh, I didn't know you didn't want me to buy one.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
No, he's right. He's right about that. We don't all have doctor wives, Josh.
Again, Jesus.
Will Kelly buy me one?
Oh, there we
no.
go.
I could get you one if she lets me save up an allowance long enough. Well, that's not up to her if I don't spend my money.
I'm glad
I
you
do
got
get an
Helldivers, by
allowance.
the way. Everyone should download Helldivers.
Josh, I'll buy you
It's amazing.
donuts for the rest of your life every Thursday for. I just might as well buy.
And I think you'd save money just buying the Oculus.
In the
Dunkin'
long
Donuts
run.
are expensive now. Way too expensive.
Everything's expensive. I paid $3.29 a gallon for gas
yeah.
to get here.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Obama. Still,
Oh, yeah, I meant my dad.
He
Yeah.
paid for your gas to read. Yeah, no, thanks, Joe.
No, seriously, though. Thanks, Pops.
Dunkin's
Sorry.
coffee is not very good tonight.
I
Well, they
like
were
that we
closing
got
up.
Dunkin'
No,
products just crap on them.
They're like, well, I mean, it is what it is.
Won't you wish that was Peace, Love, and Little Donuts right there in that
I
box?
do
I
wish
do.
it was peace, love, and
So
Little Donuts.
much.
I didn't eat dinner, so this would be like a filling meal if it was them.
Just a box full of Skyline
What'd you think of the
chili
churro?
coney donuts.
It was good. I did like the churro.
Try the churro, Joey.
Yeah, I broke a piece off so you could try. You-
No mas.
I'm gonna.
That's a good one.
Okay, guy doesn't break it off. He just grabs it and takes
You
a
bit
bite
off of
over
it? We just talked about double dipping.
You both already had some.
No, I broke off so we could all keep eating pieces of it. You weirdo.
I can't stand Joey on his medicine.
Don't know where I've been. I'm
You're
good
right,
as
you're
on
flying
the
high right
stimulant.
now.
Yeah, it's great. The first week is always nuts.
You produce better content.
I feel good.
Preach on it.
Were you there that night, Noah, when I like first tried it, like first, and we were playing basketball outside for youth group, and I was dropping shots on Seth.
Dude,
that was
you
just
were
like,
running up, just dunking the ball.
it was ridiculous. Like fadeaways, everything was going in.
It brings up a good point. I want to try Adderall.
Yeah.
I feel like it could unlock the Josh that's been hidden away for so long.
Do you think you have ADHD?
Oh, well, no, I've been diagnosed. I do have it.
Then why don't you have they never prescribed it?
Doctors.
I was taking Ritalin when I was a
These are
kid,
delicious.
and I didn't like it as a kid.
Well, no, that's different, right?
Yeah, Ritalin is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
got
that's what
8
I
of
did as
them,
a kid.
Josh?
Huh?
You got 8 of them.
I got 8.
What's one drug that you would
I don't know
take?
what HDs are, but I got 80 of them.
What's one drug that you would take that, like non-habit forming? Like I would probably
Adderall.
Yeah, Adderall.
It's like the what's that movie they did where
Pretty
they
sure
had
Adderall's addictive, right?
Oh yeah,
probably.
100%.
There's an Adderall shortage right now. People are
One
going
of-
crazy.
Kid I went to college with
Because it's so good.
he would crush one up and snort it,
Gets
and
in the
then
blood
write.
quicker.
He'd stay up all night writing his papers.
Yeah,
It was his paper.
That was
I
his
did, though.
strategy.
everyone that I've ever known
He's like, all
that's
right, I'm gonna
taken
snort
it.
this Adderall, and then I'm gonna get at it.
Everyone that I've ever known that has taken it is just like the only downside is getting off of it.
Yeah.
Like being on it is amazing.
I during the ACT, I know a bunch of kids that like they were like
Not me,
were-
but I knew
yeah,
a bunch
no.
of kids.
Other people.
Kids were like giving their friends it, and this kid accidentally took 3 like 20-gram ones and was going nuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
And he was so focused that like it hit 2:00. He was crying at the lunch table for his grandma to pick him up.
Our wives are watching.
Hey.
how do you know?
There's only 3 viewers.
Yeah. So when I first got these meds, there's like obviously different levels of like milligrams, right? I guess.
Yeah. 10,
And-
20, 100.
No, they're like 75s,
Oh, dang.
150s, and 250s.
Yeah.
And they started me with the 250s, and those things. I took one, and I didn't sleep for like 36 hours, and I was fine. Like I went to bed because I would like decided in my mind I was like I should probably sleep now. They make you forget to eat and drink. Like you have to
Oh, it's weight loss pill.
for some. Yeah, there is a side effect, which it,
Side effect.
I mean, it's just legal.
Benefit.
It's
Yeah.
it's like scientifically legal meth.
yeah, it's well, not yet. So it's like it shares a family with the pills they give like bomber pilots
That was me.
when they have to like operate a the B2 that goes all the way across the whole globe, and like they're up for
all 3 cameras.
30 hours straight, having to like be on. So that's like a civilian version of that, basically.
Okay.
I have narcolepsy,
Yeah.
so helps me not fall asleep while I'm driving, which
So-
helps me
Have you
to
ever watched Deuce Bigelow?
survive. No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
He can't eat.
But
soup
She
with
can't
the
eat
fear
soup.
of
It's
drowning.
fear of drowning.
I have seen Rat Race.
Rat race. Yeah. That
in
is
which
funny.
Mr.
Ooh, I'm
Bean
going to
is,
wheeze.
I'm going to. He's got the key in the locker, and
He is
Spoiler
an all-time. He's an all-time great for that.
What drug?
a
Or can you share with us what drug it is?
drug
You want me
that.
to tell me? You want to think about it, and I'll tell you mine.
Yeah. Skip me for a second.
Oh, what drug are you going to
100%
use?
steroids.
Which kind? There's a bunch of different kinds. You can get kinds that make you shredded, get kinds that
Oh,
make
yeah,
you
that.
grow
That one.
shredded.
I'm trying to think of least impact on my body and my mind,
I want to do shrooms.
but also beneficial. You got to be
That's
careful
not-
with that.
That's a
I
It's
said
been- but
non-habit
it's-
forming.
Psilocybin is.
They're not habit
it's
forming.
also like shrooms
This is
is
not
like
psychedelics.
Get out of here,
legal. Shrooms are the new weed.
You don't want no part of this.
Yeah. You don't want no part of this, Dewey.
There are
It
people
makes
who
everything funny.
like there are people with certain diseases and stuff where like medical marijuana actually helps them. It's not like they get high. It's like they use it for pain relief,
It's
and
not bad.
it's got to
I don't know
be
if I
it's
can-
got to be less impactful on
think
your
I can
body than
say
like
what I
perks, right? Like
Yeah,
opiates
opioids are bad.
opiates are killer.
They hurt you.
so
sure.
that's probably the safest call. You're not.
I don't know any
but
side of-
You
what's
shouldn't do drugs.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, this is just for topical.
Yeah,
But
don't do drugs.
On a serious
no,
note,
not topical ones.
I don't do
not-
drugs. Drugs do me.
on a serious note, if your loved one, because I had to think about this because my mom died of cancer, my dad, had his issues.
Adam. Yes.
If your loved one was dying of cancer and was like, "Hey, like I'm in serious pain, can
Yeah.
you score me some gummies?" Or would you do it?
If you support someone taking an opiate for pain relief, then
No, like weed.
I know. Yeah,
THC.
no, I'm getting
Oh,
it. Yeah.
gotcha.
Then I don't understand why you wouldn't support somebody to
Oh,
use
in that way.
prescribed. At that point, it becomes a medication. Right?
2025 in Kentucky, medical marijuana. Is
Recreationally, I
that,
would
yeah.
not suggest that
Yeah,
or
no,
recommend it. But
I'm
like,
just saying it like an end of life type deal.
there are people I've seen videos of people like with Parkinson's that CBD oil will, but who knows? That doesn't work for
away
everybody.
the
That's the hard
shakes.
part. But if
Don't know
it's
unless you try.
medically prescribed, I mean, I don't know how you could
Not medically.
separate.
I'm
the
just
two.
saying your mom's in the. So I thought about this. I'm like, okay, if my mom asked me for a gummy, first off, I have no idea.
I was
how
about to
get
say, I have
how to
no
get to
clue
that.
how
So
to-
that she got a bad diagnosis, he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, okay, how can I score some weed?
I have no idea. Someone was like, "You have 12 hours to get me
So
hard
you're-
drugs." I would die. Like, "Oh, we're gonna kill you." I would die. I have
So
no idea.
someone's like, hey,
Just call me, guys.
I just
I got you.
Yes,
I'll
actually,
get
that,
it. Like, I
that
will
might-
be your hookup.
that might be one of.
hey, I need this. It would. I think it would help me feel better.
Adam says the oil helps a
Oh.
lot for people like that. THC
Okay.
oil.
Yeah, he's right. And you can get the benefits
I would
of
do
it
it.
without
Tastes bad though.
without the high part, right?
I've taken CBD.
You
I think
can,
no,
but
can't they do
why
that with
would you?
shrooms too?
What?
Can't they separate out the
No.
what is it, psilocybin? Yeah, there
can do
are
it.
there
Yeah.
are shrooms that don't make you high that just
Yeah.
provide.
Oh yeah,
benefit.
lion's mane and all that
Uh-huh,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, all mushrooms are
There's
meant to be
functional.
eaten.
Did you ever try the
mushrooms that are
Functional.
really
Thank
good.
you. That's what
Huh?
it is.
Coffee.
I've never done that yet.
Yeah.
I
Was
do
it
have an email from it every day.
mushroom
saying
coffee,
I want to
every
try it.
dose.
but not the.
No, I try to
not
avoid.
psychedelic.
I try to avoid outside substances.
No,
No,
not
it's,
like
it's
not like
functional
that.
mushrooms.
All that stuff.
Oh,
Lion's
it's
mane.
okay. Yeah,
Lion's mane,
I'm ordering it.
cordyceps.
Yeah, yeah.
All that different
yeah.
stuff.
Those are like legitimately just
it's
like
like the mud water coffee.
plant.
I'm
yeah.
ordering
So
it
it's
right now.
instead of you should every dose is the one you want to go with.
It's like
I don't know. I've heard.
It's
No,
like
look
$40
up-
for a
I've
month.
like
No,
so
look
I've been
up
listening
Jake
to
Plummer's
this
company.
podcast and they talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like functional mushrooms are like
We're all
better than
talking.
vegetables almost.
Yeah.
Brett, what
Like
did you
Mino.
just do to the
A lot of
podcast? Why are we talking about drugs? right now?
antioxidants and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try every dose,
yeah, you should try.
but it's
heroin.
expensive.
No, I'm just,
It's like $40 for a month's worth of
Oh my goodness.
drinks, but the benefits of it are pretty great.
Are you talking about the pills or like the coffee?
The coffee.
it's just like a lot of people do it as a digestive.
Yep, it'll help with your
like a
digestion.
different.
Helps with
you know, if
clearing
you
brain
can't-
fog.
There's got to be a better method than like you can go to the hospital, and if you're not a repeat offender, it is not that like you could just get heavy pain killers.
Oh yeah.
Like any of us could go tonight and just be like, oh, and like
Some
you're
of
gonna
us-
leave with painkillers.
Some of us don't even have to go to the hospital.
Nope. Some of
Yes.
us can just have things called in for us.
Yes, and so like the prevalence of that is such a
all can-
huge problem. It's such a Brett didn't want him doxed at where he works, but then
Yeah.
throws that out there. Like the damage that causes has got to be something that we need to be like investigating and trying to figure out a
What,
better way.
weed?
No, the damage that
Opioids do?
yes, and like how many addictions start
I
from
think
the
it's
hospital.
pretty apparent and obvious.
I
And
know.
it's everywhere.
I'm saying an alternative to
Yeah,
manage
mushrooms.
pain. I don't
And
know if it's
weed.
that. but
What's the antidote? to
God made it
drugs?
grow.
Suboxone?
that's not how that doesn't work that way.
Have
What
you ever heard of Suboxone?
No,
Suboxone
it's just
is
another way to get high.
That's just another drug to take you off drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps.
It can get you high.
Well, a lot of people get on that though and then never get off of it, which
Yeah.
means you just substitute one addiction for
Same.
the other.
But is it an addiction if it's
Yes.
helping? It's not.
It is.
You can't,
Yes.
You cannot tell me that it's.
Yes, it is because I know of people who, if you told them they had to stop taking it today, they could not do it because
Yeah, I
they're
know.
addicted to it.
So what's better in the long run? What's better for you? The
No
Suboxone.
addiction.
What's better? The Suboxone on your
The
body.
fake addictions or
Why
the
would I
stuff that
choose-
grows from the earth.
What's better for like? I don't. Why would I choose between two different calibers of gunshots? Like they're both gunshots.
No.
Yes.
Depends on how sad you are.
Oh my goodness. I'd
no.
rather you not be shot.
No. That's
You're
not it.
operating from the angle that like you have to have the addiction, right?
No. I'm operating from the angle of I would rather take a pill that's prescribed to people
Oh.
than to do like a hardcore drug. So like out of the
You
two,
would rather take a pill from a doctor than a hardcore drug.
yeah,
to
they
fix
at
it?
least have done some. I mean, we know a lot about drugs, but they're really hard on your body. And
Well,
there's
it's
some
'cause-
medicines that are the same, but
I went to high school with a kid that OD'd on. It
Percocet.
wasn't Suboxone. There's another. There's another one they used
Percocets were
to.
the big ones.
There's
the
another one
blues.
they used to bring people off of addiction.
I don't know.
And,
Suboxone's the one I know.
There's another one.
There's still there's still drugs, so like, it's not
I forget you
that's
guys
like-
are so much younger than me. It's
that's-
like naming off drugs that were
that's
big
like-
when I was young.
like what?
Blood pressure medicine, though.
No.
You're
it's
not fixing the
Sorry,
issue.
it's still an opiate. Like it's still legitimately like if you had it without the prescription, like you would. It's a controlled substance.
Hmm.
So like if you have like heart pills and they like it's not a controlled. Like I have to go every 6 months to get my sleep meds
Right.
because it's a
You have to do
what's
blood
it
work
called,
and
a
stuff.
class something.
Class A.
Whatever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Because it's like
Classy.
a legitimate heavy like
Class E.
medication.
Classy.
So like
Classy.
yeah,
It's classy.
I don't think throwing one drug at another drug is a good route for addiction prevention. But
It works for some people. It works for
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
work for others.
I don't think you should stay on it forever. Definitely, I definitely don't like there are. And the
Well, that was my thought the
indefiniteness
other
of that would
day.
be bad.
I was driving down the road and I saw a guy in a nice car smoking a cigarette, and I was like,
Huh.
"What part?" Like, I like a cigarette. Don't get me wrong. I'll go camping.
Oh,
I like to,
there's
and
the
I'll be honest, I
nastiest
like
things.
it. And they are, but man, there's something about it that, like, ever so often, it's like, man, I used to do this all the time, and I regret it. And I cough and I smell bad, and I'm like, ugh. But there's just that thing about hanging out in the woods or something, and just having a cigarette and being like,
Bo Nix Broncos. I don't have that nostalgia with cigarettes.
But when
I'm
I
sorry.
saw this, it's funny because I feel that way. But when I saw that guy smoking in his car, I was like, "What's wrong with your life that you pay so much money for this car, and you're an adult that knows what cigarettes do, and you're smoking in a nice car?
Same
Yeah.
thing like your house, like you smoke in your house.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't get that.
Doesn't make sense at all."
or he has so much money he doesn't care.
And I have done all these things. Don't get me wrong. I'm totally a what do you call it when somebody's a
Habitual user,
no. When somebody
hypocrite.
hypocrite. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a hypocrite. The church thing.
Church.
That's hilarious.
Try to use keep
Or
references real.
I mean, people. I've talked to people who have done hard drugs and have smoked cigarettes that said that kicking the cigarette habit was
harder.
much more difficult than heroin.
yeah, nicotine is rough.
Not the accessibility. It is slightly more acceptable, obviously, and the actual physical addiction to it.
Yeah.
So he could just be so addicted to it that he doesn't care.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it. Like I said, I like it too, but I don't want to do it all the time or in a nice vehicle.
I've smoked one cigarette my whole life, and it was just so nasty.
It is gross.
I was like,
Is it?
I was like, why do people do this?
I don't think I like the smell of
Of a
cigarettes.
cigarette?
Yeah,
It's so gross.
Of a cigarette, not a cigar, a cigarette.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not in the boat with you boys on that one. I'm sorry. They nasty.
Well, I mean, yeah, but some things are. Anyway,
That can be my segment because we
Yeah,
spent
wow.
30 minutes on
that was
drugs.
good though. No, that was good.
I mean, hey,
I like organic conversation. I think that's good.
see,
Don't do drugs.
mushrooms and weed, organic. It's all about the organic.
That's not what I.
It's what it all comes
Homeopathic.
back to. Don't hey, watch your mouth.
Whoa, this is a
Thought you
Christian
were a preacher.
podcast.
Thought you were a preacher.
What do you got a segment, Josh?
Sure.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
Preacher might. I about went ahead and cussed a little bit. Is there a napkin anywhere? Oh, never mind. I got
Jenna,
it.
in my vault,
I
there's
got it.
paper towels.
I got
You
it.
grab.
We're fine.
You grab him. Thank you.
No, I'm fine. I got it.
Is there a napkin anywhere?
Brett's just trying to cop a feel, man.
So,
It's his birthday.
Brett Copperfield.
So
So,
what you got?
so since the draft's going on, we've kind of worked out a lot of different things about the draft tonight. Not the military draft, the football NFL draft.
Did you watch the WNBA draft?
No,
Why?
I don't like women.
Did you? Did you watch it?
I watched the first 10 picks.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You did?
I'm not kidding.
Are you just trying to be inclusive to everybody so that you can get.
It was on, and I
More
was folding
congregation.
laundry, so I was like,
What?
I might as well just.
You're folding laundry too?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to make his voice deep. You hear
Did
that?
the folding the laundry make you like? You know what? I'm gonna
Maybe
watch
we'll turn on
this.
this WNBA
I
draft.
turned it on to see. I wanted to see where Caitlin Clark was going to go
Let's
and
see
where
what this is
Angel
like.
Reese was going to go. Those were the two I wanted to see, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch it until I see.
My underwear.
And I started folding laundry,
I'll try these on.
and then I decided I'll just watch it for a while here, and I watched the first like 10 pictures.
Oh, this is a nice flower dress. I wonder what that feels like too. Let me put that on real quick.
Yeah, we're making fun of you.
Yeah, we're calling
It's
you a
okay.
woman. Anyway, so my
because I
draft
fold
idea.
It's
Well,
a-
you were watching the
it's a
WNBA.
combination.
Yeah, it was a lot of things were adding up, and then we
Wow.
added some extra things onto it. So anyway, I want to do a draft, and this is going to be us versus the Sinners. It's kind of like Space Jam. I'm gonna mix some movies up here. Kind of like Space Jam, kind of like Heavyweights, kind of like the NFL draft.
Okay.
So we're going to do it in Bible.
Speaking of,
So we're going to do our own draft, but it's
Raiders
going to
took
be
Brock Bowers. Oh, those jerks.
it's
Sorry.
going to be from the Bible. So we're going to draft characters from the Bible.
The Bibble.
No, the Bible. He doesn't even know how to say Bible, right? I really
She's
think
gonna
he's not a real
preach
preacher. Yeah.
Pull out your bibbles.
So we're going to draft characters from the Bible to do a competition from the Heavyweights
Okay,
movie.
so what are the divisions? What are
So-
the competitions?
Sorry, all these donuts. So anyway, we're looking at the Heavyweights competition where at the end of the movie they have to compete against the fellow camp who is full of jocks and jerks. And so all the fat kids from Fat Camp have to do a triathlon as if it were, where they had to show their smarts. They had to show their archery abilities. They had to show their, like, what was the one, the potato sack race. They had to do a go-kart race.
The go-kart
They threw
race.
footballs too, right?
They threw footballs for accuracy.
Yeah.
It was just all
We
these
had to pick
things.
that many?
Eating competition. I think there was an eating competition on eating pies.
Hmm.
So just these random things that are going on. We want to look at this and try to pick characters from the Bible that would be our best competitors for the Fat Camp.
Okay, so give me a competition and then let's
Okay,
do it.
we'll start off from that. I was trying to look it up online or through Reddit to see like how they were in order so that I could do it just like the movie did it. Because the very first thing I think was like the smart kid going up and doing,
That's what I remember first.
yeah,
But
like
it-
E equals MC square.
Okay,
He's got the guy
intelligence.
dressed up.
So
like
we're
it.
wanting the smartest guy we can find from the Bible to compete against the Sinner Camp, Mount Hope, our old campground.
I didn't say that.
So who's going to be our smartest person? So let's throw it out.
How closely do we equate smart with wise?
Okay, Brett. So
Jesus. I'm just gonna say
you win.
Wait, I'm assuming that he's not an option for
No,
the purposes
he's in
of
the Bible.
No, for this game, he's not.
Because he's the answer
There you
for
go.
every one of them.
Well, okay, Brett. So who was the king that was super smart that prayed for wisdom?
That's what I was getting at.
What was his name?
I said Solomon.
Solomon.
So I was saying, is wisdom the same as intelligence?
Apparently, because it worked for him. He was
He's
in
the
the
wisest.
Bible known as
Yeah,
one of
but
the wisest people
You could
around.
argue that wisdom's different.
I'm picking him.
That's
I'm
what I was
going
getting.
David.
You shut me down, and I was walking us in there. This guy.
David.
Yeah,
This
I'm
guy.
the problem. You're saying David? No, save
No,
David.
we need to
You
save
think
him.
we said okay?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I think
so
we
hold
hang
on,
on to
We're
him.
doing this collectively.
Yeah,
not
we're
as a
doing it
group.
together.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
So next,
Coffee's kicking in.
Dude, I've been,
that
these things take about a
watered-down-
half hour to kick in. I'm good for like the next 18 hours.
watered down crap coffee from
I have
Dunkin'
been
Donuts.
on today in Helldivers, by the way. Just putting it out there, Noah. 25, baby.
So anyway, I got my soundboard fixed, by the way, too. It's going to be
Yeah.
funny next time we play. So now we're going to do the football toss where they have to throw it into a tire and have the best accuracy. If we remember, Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks was in heavyweights, and that was the thing. He just got up there. But
No,
when-
no.
yeah,
Goldberg shaved the balloon.
he did shave the
No,
balloon.
Goldberg spears people.
He threw that. No, Fat Goldberg from
I
the
know,
from the
I
Mighty
know,
Ducks.
I know. I was
Have you seen the Mighty Ducks?
Because
No.
he's just like whistling while he's
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah, he
clips
did.
of it, though.
He was the only kid that knew how to shave from the Fat Camp, so he did shave the
Hmm.
balloon. Anyway, let's think of who we're going to have throw a football into the tire for this competition of heavyweights. I'm saying David.
But he uses slings.
I'm saying David
No.
because he had the most accuracy of tossing something really far.
Gideon or Joshua.
Gideon?
Or
Why would you say
Joshua.
Gideon?
Because they were both like great warriors. right?
Okay.
So that, and back then, you would have, if you're a great warrior, you have to know how to throw a spear. And throwing a spear is much closer to throwing a football than slinging is.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that one of them would probably have a better overhead motion.
There you go. Well, let's go with
Just
that.
putting it out there.
That's good. Go
I
with
could
it.
be wrong.
You could just let off with that instead of all that other gobbledygook you were saying.
I gotta work into it, you know.
So yeah, that sounds good. Esau.
Let's go Joshua. Now.
Joshua.
Yeah, let's go Josh.
Well, I was wondering about Joshua because
Oh, you gonna save him?
I
You gonna
don't
save
know.
him?
I don't
You wanna
know.
watch him?
I don't know. Because there is a foot race that we're going to be doing where they have to actually race through the woods like cross country style. And there was that part.
David could
That
be a
was
solid
that part where he stopped time.
pick. David could be a solid pick for racing.
Was it Joshua that stopped the sun from moving? Or was it a different character from the Bible? Remember the sun stopped for like so many hours to make the battle go on?
You're
It was
putting my
Joshua.
brain on spot.
Pretty sure it was Joshua. If you're out there
I don't
listening,
wanna
you could let us
Google
know
this,
what you
but
think
I'm
it
going
was.
to. Keep going. Go ahead, Phil.
So we're doing the football toss. You said what was the guy that threw the spear? Oh,
Joshua.
Sorry.
Oh, Joshua.
Gideon. Basically
your
anybody that
name.
was like a.
yeah, I know.
I mean, David was a trained warrior too, but like he's known for. It was Joshua. Joshua raises his arms, urging
yeah,
God to
stop
halt the
time.
sun's movement.
I just
and
didn't know
give
if that would
his
come
forces
into
more time to
play.
fight daylight.
That we would want to use that.
Then-
But anyway, so let's move on to the shaving of the balloon. Who could shave the balloon, all the shaving cream off without popping the balloon?
Oh, I got this.
Okay, go ahead.
Samson.
For shaving because he had his hair cut and he
Yeah,
lost his
get it?
cigar.
Get
Shouldn't
it?
it be Delilah then? Because she cut it.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's gotta be
touche.
Delilah. Yeah.
That's a good. See, I didn't even mean to make that happen.
How did people shave their faces back then?
They didn't.
No, they definitely
Yeah,
It was-
did.
They used a
was-
sword.
Greeks?
Disrespect.
No, not for Greeks.
There
we
was
don't
those
care
one
about the
guys-
Greek.
There was those one spies who were punished by cutting half their beard off.
Half.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that is Delilah. That's a good pick for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You won that one.
Yeah.
Then what else was it? We had
Eating competition?
there was an
That
eating
might be-
competition.
Who was the dude that was so
That might be
fat
Samson.
that the
The
knife
sword
was
went all the way
I
in?
always forget his name because it's a weird name.
I know this.
Jehoshaphat?
No.
No, that's not it.
I thought Samson would be a good one for this one because he's a big old guy. He's
He's
strong.
true.
He's got to
He's a big
eat a
dude.
lot.
That's
to
not-
He's got a
consume
big
his
appetite
calories.
in many ways.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. Food, women, bloodlust. That means murder.
It was killing. There's a difference between killing and Ehud. Ehud.
Ehud. I always said
E-H-U-D.
Ehud.
Ehud. Yeah.
Ehud.
So Ehud, the big giant
It's
fat
gotta
king
be.
who
You know he can put it down.
had a knife shoved all the way through him and the knife
Yeah.
disappeared. Yeah. He wins that food.
That was a
food
good
eating
sound
competitions. Yeah. I feel like the Sin Camp is going to have a lot of heavy hitters for these things, though, that
Wait,
we're doing.
what's the other? Are there any more competitions?
Yeah, there's plenty
Ooh,
of
okay,
competitions.
what
There
else?
was the go-kart race where they had to build their own go-karts.
They're all going to be
but-
terrible at driving.
Yeah, because none of them. Oh, chariots.
Not the same.
The
Who,
Egyptians.
who,
Not the
was,
same.
who was it that was taken up to heaven in a chariot of fire?
Elijah or
Elijah.
They changed his name, right?
no? There's two, and they're I'm mixing them.
Anyway,
all.
it's
Elisha.
him. He's totally the one going to do the go-kart because he was taken up in a chariot of fire. Dude was on fire. Well, I think we got something here.
It was
Uh,
Elijah.
Elijah.
Yep, because
See, that's
Elisha
what I-
saw it happen. But I always mix up which one was.
Yeah, they're hard to get straight.
they're alphabetical order, and I have to remember that between the J and the S.
The last one I'm going to do on that is a potato sack race. Who do we pick from the Bible that would win in a potato sack race? That was one of the main competitions.
What makes you a good potato sack racer?
David.
I mean,
I don't know.
might
But, I
not be a
mean, he
bad
was
call.
one of the main picks for everything.
Might not be a bad call. He's definitely athletic,
He was small.
small.
In
Well,
stature.
when he grew up, he might not have been.
He probably still was. Well, let's do young
he could
David
hang his
then.
own.
In a nice tuxedo
Young D.
T-shirt.
He's
It
right.
says, I'm here to part.
He's right.
I'm all about the business, but I'm here to
Yeah.
party.
I left my flock for this. You like that one?
Is that a shirt? Because we should make that
we
a shirt.
really need to.
Did I leave my flock for this?
Yeah.
That needs to be a Pod Bless shirt. Write that down. That's what needs to be written
I left
down.
my flock for this? Question mark.
I left my flock for this. Oh, there's lots of other jokes there. But yeah, that was my little bit. I was running with that. I thought that was fun to have my draft pick of biblical church people,
That's a good one.
not church people, biblical people that could beat the Sin Camp that was known as Mount Hope Campground. That was just an inside joke. Anyway, Joey, Do you have a bit?
I do.
Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say.
The blue writing, I cannot read it. It's that special color blue that, like, when the lights are like Christmas lights like that, they hurt your eyes. Okay, nothing cool. The Bengals haven't picked yet.
Adam
Good?
said
We're good?
yes, but I'm not sure what he said yes
Okay,
to.
so we can go through this one kind of quick if we want, since we are already 40 minutes in. But
Yeah, whatever.
today I was thinking about some good advice that I had been given that I've followed and worked out.
Yeah.
And I was thinking,
Dave Ramsey?
no, just good advice.
Mm.
And
No, good advice.
I was no, I didn't mean that like that. I didn't mean that like that. I didn't mean that like that. So I wanted to see what's some of the best advice you can remember ever receiving, and then what's some of the worst advice you can ever remember somebody giving you. I feel like the worst is going to be easier to remember than the best.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
That's what Dwight says.
Oh.
That
Yes, I'm sorry.
Michael's got. Oh my gosh,
I have seen that.
you feeling it?
I'm thinking.
Hmm.
That was my
Best-
brain cranking.
I remember my uncle when I was like 14 told me that I guess I was asking a bunch of questions. He's like, "Man, just follow the money. It's always about the money."
I've heard
And,
that one before.
Man, that really has rung true most of the time. Like, unfortunately, if you have questions about why did that happen,
That's why you went into ministry.
no,
Follow the money.
it was in response to, like, I was having trouble understanding why people were doing certain things,
Oh yeah,
and he was like, "Just look at the money, just follow the money." He's like,
Yeah.
"That's how."
that's what everything boils down
Unfortunately,
to. For most
that is where a lot of that goes for most, and probably 98% of the time, when there's something I don't understand happening, and then you finally figure it out, you're like, "Oh, okay,
You want to hear mine?
yeah, sure."
It's kind of funny, but it's not really that important. My dad used to tell me,
people.
"You drive for show, you putt for dough."
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah, yeah, that's solid. That's good advice. No, he's right. You have to. Well, it's really that second shot that kills me, Brett.
I'm not. I always think about that more than golf, for real though.
What?
You drive for show, you putt for dough.
Yeah, how you finish matters more than how you start.
Yeah.
That's why we hit like old men.
Hey, if you can hit 200 yards straight, you're gonna play good golf on a non-professional basis.
I'm still trying to think of a good advice thing. I've had good advice given to me in the past. More so, it was a lot of people just like living their lives and being an example.
No, yeah.
Jim Nelson was a professor at the Bible college I went to. Still is. He's still there. But he was just an interesting guy. Mustache that puts your mind to shame. Just very
Really?
bristly, push broom mustache. Pretty awesome.
Like tighter.
Yeah. Oh, well, just
Like
no,
Tom
it's not.
Selleck.
Yeah, very
Like,
silly.
did it go beyond the lip?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was very, very manly.
Out of code.
Love the man to death, but just his life that he lived. At one point in time, he moved to Hawaii and just found a job and drove around like Hawaii in his off time. So he would work like a construction thing, and he bought an old Army Jeep and just drove it around Hawaii and just doing things like that. And don't get me wrong, back to ministry part of it, like he did some awesome stuff ministry wise, but just like his carefree life that he lived was so like inspiring.
Yeah.
To just be like, take everything for the fullest, don't just. And when he got saved, he was like a biker. Sorry, my headphone messed up. He was like a biker, rough dude. And when he got saved, he didn't have a church telling him what to do to be better.
Yeah.
He just figured it out as he went. So like after he got saved, he went and picked up a hooker and he was like drinking. And then all of a sudden the Lord convicted him about it while she was in the car with him going to wherever. And he was like,
Whoa.
hey, I'm sorry. I got to drop you off. Like, I don't know. This is what I normally did. I just feel wrong. And I'm not going to do this. She was like, well, he's like, here's money, whatever. I'm sorry for whatever. And he just
Good for him.
put her out and yeah. And it was nobody on his shoulder as far as like a person being
No
like, hey, don't
counselor
do
or
this, don't do
example.
that.
Yeah,
It was
just
just God being like,
It's the Holy Spirit knocking
Yeah.
on the door, my man.
and him living that life was
Being
like
receptive.
showed me something really powerful. And I was like, man, he's cool dude.
That's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, very inspiring guy. My wife's watching.
Is she?
Yeah.
The other thing I don't know if anybody ever told me this, but I'm sure somebody has. But you don't get time back. So like you might, you get money for a job doing
Yeah.
a job, but that's going to take your time.
Yeah.
Most of the time the higher up you get on the
Scale.
financial ladder, the more time you have to spend to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
But then you don't get that time back with your family or
There's a trade.
yeah. So
In the same line of
Zuckerberg's trying to shut us down, Kel. She said Facebook didn't notify her that we were
he's
live.
after us.
The Zuck.
Along that line would be like quantity time equals quality time.
Yeah, you're going on that road again.
Dude, that one is so. Hey, it's been some of the best advice I've ever gotten. Of like,
Yeah.
you have to be around people. You can't just always say, "Hey, this is going to be some really life changing time we spend together." Like it,
Yeah.
it tends to just happen
Yeah.
out of just spending a lot of time together.
True that. True that.
And then conflict is the price we pay for deepening a relationship. I say it all the time, but that's some of the best advice I've ever gotten. Like, don't be afraid of healthy conflict. Like that's what it takes to grow, not just with other people, but in your spiritual life too. So,
and that's something I was thinking about earlier today, even how we so much of our generation was like our parents were rough on us when we were younger. Some of us like getting whipped or yelled at, or just seeing our parents fight and stuff like that. Or I did, and like trying to like correct that as I get older, but then looking at it when I'm older and being like, wait a minute though. That's why I am the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm conscious of this stuff. So if I'm going to be easy on my kids, is that going to turn them into crappy people?
the opposite of yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
like, should I yell at them more? Should I beat it? Well, not beat them, but spank them more.
Yeah.
Just give them a little bit of a rough upbringing, because no matter how easy I am on them, they still complain. And I'm like, well, maybe I should be rough on them so they could actually have a backbone, or actually have that conflict of like, oh, there's consequences, or
Yeah, you can get accountability in a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be the traditional form of punishment, but it can be. There's always a way to hold. Even kids can understand accountability because they want it from you, right?
Kelly's right. She said Josh hates conflict. I do hate conflict. I hate it with everything in me.
But it's so necessary for
Yeah.
life, and not in like you should go around and fight everybody. Like
Right.
that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm talking about.
Kel,
Yeah.
there's a balance.
No,
okay?
it's not even. It's like positive. Sit down. Like, hey, this is happening. I know this is happening. Let's talk about this so that we're both on each other's. Even if we disagree, we're not trying to undermine the other one or backbite the other person. Like, let's just talk about this so that we can move forward rather than just walk around with the elephant in the room and never address it. And it's hard to do, and it causes both people to have to like set their ego aside.
Yeah.
And that anytime you're setting your ego aside, you're probably doing the right thing. Like almost always.
She said, "Asleep is my secret weapon. I can handle the kids so much better when she's digging at me not getting enough sleep."
Hunger is my thing. If I'm hungry.
Well, if you stop playing video games with your friends, you'd be fine.
Yeah, just lose my friendships. That's all.
How'd you know we were gonna leave you?
You should play a game.
You
with
would,
us.
because what is it you said?
What?
Quantity time over
Quantity time ends up equaling quality.
Yeah,
time.
and if I don't spend quantity time, there's no quality time.
Yeah. If we don't spend quantity time, then
So
we
guys,
can't get
Kel's
380.
telling me I have to sell my PlayStation 5.
No.
Oh.
So see what you
Just
need
get
to
rid
do
of
is go home and have healthy conflict. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, is she really telling you this?
No, she's not.
Worst
she's
advice,
saying it through
anybody?
Facebook to everybody in public, but worst advice?
Ooh, Jenna said get over it. She's right.
Sometimes that's
Sometimes
good.
that can be appropriate and sometimes that can be not appropriate.
A lot of times I don't have to be told to get over something. Like my personality, I think I take a lot. Like I can take a lot.
Mhm.
You have to say something really, 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 really bad to really offend me.
Yeah.
Unless we're playing softball.
Or set a softball on first base while you're running toward
Well,
it.
yeah, that's just stupid. But
That's
no,
why I confront you when you do that because I know
the competitiveness is.
I know,
is
but
what it
you've been
is.
through some serious stuff before 25 basically. And like that stuff you just handle like a champ, and then some idiot says something dumb on a softball field that means nothing to any of us, and you're
It's
like,
just the competitiveness.
Or
Up
like
in
when
arms.
some rude person just wants to throw a bar hard as they can at you.
Yes.
And you're like just playing first
Oh no,
base.
that was nothing. That was nothing. I knew that was coming.
yeah, he was prepared for that.
I don't
Worst
know.
advice I've ever
I
gotten.
don't know. I think some people just need to stay in the garage and some people need to stay in the kitchen.
that is all the information we need to know about that thought. Worst advice I've ever gotten was probably
Coming from the guy who was folding laundry while watching the WNBA draft.
this is going to be a great. You didn't know what I was about to say, but this is going to be funny.
I was standing in the kitchen doing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some of the worst advice I ever got was be less.
Feminine.
Be less.
I'm just trying to, he said
What
it
was the
feminine.
word? I'm trying to think. Remember, it was be less transparent. I guess is what the yeah,
Trans?
transparent.
Oh, I thought we were going down a road,
Oh
man.
man,
The
life decisions. Talk about.
it's
it.
hard for me to not
Pill's
just
wearing
be.
off, guys.
It's hard for me to not be open and honest with people.
Yeah.
And in a position like in public, like being a pastor is, that can backfire on you pretty hard because people get access to your life in ways that they might not normally get.
Right.
And I understand that can cause harm to myself probably, but
Yeah.
I don't know how else to be, and I don't want to be fake at it. So
I've always heard be all you can be.
I just kind of let that in one side out the other end.
Yeah.
The worst advice I ever got was,
For this.
it's gonna sound like
worse than it
wrong.
is.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not.
I get the sense
Go- No, it's going to like a meeting hot. I was gonna say going hot. Oh
Yeah.
gosh,
What does that mean?
like you're going into just going to a meeting already at a 10. You know what I mean? Like have your stuff.
Ready.
Oh, like be
to
on,
say-
like
Be
be
re-
ready. Yeah. Be
Yeah.
prepared. Be prepared.
But you don't need to do that in every meeting. Like
Lion King?
I've
No.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
Um,
that was part 2. Huh?
Well, I don't remember, man.
Anyway.
But I've learned to match intensity in meetings.
Ooh,
Yeah.
match intensity.
Yeah, so you go in cool, calm, collected, and then
As soon as
If-
someone
as
gets
soo-
riled up, you
then
come
you're
back.
you match that intensity because if not,
So-
they're gonna think they can walk on you.
I have a
and-
theory that most people that get riled up want you to get riled up with them. And so I like to keep level and allow them to see the ridiculousness of their escalation and
The oth-
then bring them back down.
The other
to
thing
show
is
that
your
This is better.
your profession is a little bit different than mine. So
That is true.
that I mean,
People yell at me.
well, no, I'm just saying.
I
it's-
feel I have to come back 110% when my kids come at me.
There-
My profession.
No such thing as
I don't
110%.
know. You just made me think about like a church full of UFC fighters would be pretty fun.
Oh my goodness.
You have to respond different than I can. Is what I guess what I.
Why?
Why do you have to?
Well, why can't you respond the same way?
Well, I can,
Yeah.
but I choose not to because
There we go.
You've heard the
There we
stories
go.
from his work. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, no, you do have to do that.
yeah,
You don't.
you're gonna get walked on if you don't. In my work, you are
You can, and
in my
you
profession.
have to. What do you trade for that? You know, it's all questions. But I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about directly. But
Kelly
What?
just keeps coming at me. She says, "What about when it comes at you, Josh?" I'm just like,
About when
I scream back at the kids.
No, what about when she comes at you?
Oh,
She said I.
I
Like
back
herself.
down every time.
that's a good. No, that's not a bad call.
Yeah, I let her beat me up emotionally.
Are you a
Physically.
stonewaller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If conflict comes at me, I usually shut up until I can think about what to say
Yeah.
properly. Because sometimes it'll be like, "Hey, say something." I'm like, "Give me a minute."
That was so good.
But usually I'm
So-
like, "Give me a minute,"
so-
because I want to think of the right thing to say.
And
that
Kelly's
doesn't-
not.
Well, I mean, she's just a normal person.
Yeah. Well, because like Christina's a bit of a stonewaller, and I'm not.
Mm.
So like when we're going back and forth, I'm like, "Can you?
She'll get quiet.
What do you? Can you
Yeah.
tell? Can you respond to me?" She's like, "Hold on a second."
Yeah. So
Man,
yeah, that's the same way.
yeah.
I want to think about what I'm going to say so I don't escalate the situation. Because
Mm-hmm.
if I say the first thing that comes to my mind, it's not going to come out good.
Have you seen the clip? Like, always say the third thing that comes to your mind
There you go.
if
I've
you
not
want
seen
your
that.
relationship to last. Yeah.
Bro, if I say the third thing, we're gonna get off topic. Real quick.
My arguments are so much better when like after the fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like after
Hindsight.
you have time to think about your
Yeah.
responses and your arguments.
I love the pressure and the
Under
I'm-
pressure.
I practice worse than I
Come
play.
down
Like when it comes
on
to
me.
sports and things like that. Like I like when it counts the most.
Mm.
So I tend to like in the moment you have to come up with it. Like the pressure of that tends to make me better. Tends to, not always.
But yeah.
We
Yeah.
always like when Sarah and I are in a spat. We'll call it a
good
spat.
word. Good word.
We since I think it was one of our, what did we do? 10. You did the same marriage counseling as I did because it was Pastor Scott. The 10 commandments of your marriage or whatever.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
what
you're
it is?
right. Yeah, one of the things in the is
Yeah.
the how to
Or
save
the
your marriage
rules.
before it starts.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be a good podcast segment.
What?
You're supposed to through the
10
marriage
commandments
counseling.
of your marriage.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be
yeah.
cool.
And that's what you're supposed to do
10
through the
commandments of
counseling,
podcasting.
and then you keep it.
One of them that we started was we're not going to go to bed angry. So
There
no
you
matter
go.
what no matter what we're arguing about, we're
There's so many things.
So many
I can
jokes
see it.
cranking around. Yeah.
Yeah, Kel, I
Yeah.
get that. She says when she's upset, she wants. I'm the same way. I want to talk about it now because if I don't, it's gonna literally eat at me
Yeah.
until we do.
And
So
this
like
is
my
why-
life is not normal.
This is why Christina and I get along so easily.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
get each other. Like,
Yeah,
like you do something and I'll look at her and I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. I feel you. I understand what you're going through.
I get it.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I like giving compliments when I get angry.
You like giving
so
compliments.
hold on,
when
this
you're
one
like
is-
angry?
a backhand compliment.
The
No, like if you just said something to me and ticked me off, I'd be like, Brett, I really like your facial hair today.
the best thing you can do if
'Cause
you're
it's like,
driving,
why would he say that?
if you're
See,
driving
look,
and somebody,
exactly, you're just in your head already.
you're driving, somebody cuts you off and they flip you off while they do it, drive up next to them and smile and wave back at them. You will get the most irate human being back at you.
Yeah.
Smiling and waving.
And like you're not doing nothing
It-
wrong. It's the
dude,
funnest part.
people get so mad at that. It is too
I
much
generally never come back at people. I'm always like, oh, sorry. That's usually what I'll roll my window down and be like, sorry. Even though they don't care.
Next
They're
time, just smile and wave.
I mean, it's kind of what I'm doing.
You're gonna get a gun pulled on you.
Yeah.
Why? For smiling and waving?
Yeah. They're like, whoa, easy there, fella.
Hey, smug little fella. How about an extra hole in your body?
Well, that's illegal, sir.
Oh, yeah, that stops them.
Your smile won't be so pretty with 9mm in your mouth.
Depends. I mean, 50 got shot. Like, how many times?
How much was that measure? 9 millimeters.
Like that?
Man measurements.
Not even that big.
Man measurements.
So, should we go into your segment or do you want to go into the Pod Bless segment?
No, I think Brett's is good.
No,
Let's do it.
we're not doing my segment.
We're not?
Yeah,
was
the
already
drugs was my segment.
All right, we'll
yeah,
save,
I'll
it
save
for
it for
next
next
week
week,
then.
yeah.
There you go.
Now you got one for next week.
Gotta bank these
Ooh,
suckers.
tune in next week for Brett's segment.
Let's go into a Pod Bless.
Pod bless your heart.
Whoa, look at that guy.
What's up?
You guys are supposed to fill that a little bit.
Oh, I thought we did.
Oh, hey, yeah. Be careful with the ads on the side. You never know.
They can't see it.
They can't see what we. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Golly, that's why you're at the
Nice.
table.
All
and
right,
not behind the computer.
read it.
Disturbing footage. Which one were we going with?
I thought Noah was reading it.
Well, he moved it down to where I can't see the. Oh, I was reading the headline.
Disturbing footage shows.
The video has nothing
police
to do with the story.
chucking slushies at pedestrians. Disturbing footage has emerged from Kentucky police chucking slushies at unsuspected pedestrians in a low-income neighborhood. In seen straight out of the show Glee.
I've never seen that.
I've seen it, but I don't remember that. Footage released by the Louisville Metro Police Department this week shows former officers
Former.
Curtis Flynn, 40, and Brian Williams, 36, driving around in an unmarked vehicle in their uniforms and chucking large slushies at people on the sidewalks.
What?
In the video, the cops are seen cruising down Berry Boulevard in South Louisville. When they say South Louisville, it's pretty rough. When they spot a woman walking down the sidewalk in the rain. Oh, she was in the rain too, and they just
That doesn't matter. She's just gonna get more wet.
as the car
adds to
slows
it.
as the car slows down, an officer can be seen asking the woman, "Hey, baby, you got any change for $1?" Then, when the woman turns towards them, the cop yells, "How about a drink?" as he tosses the contents of his cup at the woman. The two cops then speed away laughing.
He doesn't even toss the cup. He just goes like a.
Yeah. There's no way they're sober doing this,
What kind
right?
of mission?
I mean, they were in uniform.
There's no
like
way
this.
they're sober
Okay.
doing this.
Yeah. Another video shows the
it
officers.
gets more aggressive.
The officers approaching a different woman in the Park Hill neighborhood. As they get closer, one of the cops can be heard saying, "She going to get this."
Blank.
Yeah. she's going to get it all. She's going to get all of this as he lifts a large beverage.
Scroll.
At least one case, a victim was knocked on the ground by the assault. That must have been that video from the beginning.
If a cop came up
Sorry,
and
he's texting.
if a cop came up and did
No,
this
he
to
was
me,
recording.
I'm still laying on the ground.
Oh, dude.
My neck, my back,
Ah.
my neck
I
and my
don't know.
back.
I kind of want to charge at the cops because, like, if you just committed a crime against me, I can retaliate and you won't do nothing.
No, that's not how that works.
No,
You
lay
pretend
there,
you're
so
injured.
suing them.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm allergic to red dye 40, and that's a red
Oh, my
slushy.
back's hurting
Dude,
already.
I'm out like a light bulb.
Those were just some of the 24 unique incidences in which Flynn and Wilson chucked ice cold drinks at pedestrians between 2018 and 2019.
They spent at least $30 to do this to
These
people.
idiots left their body camera on.
Yeah, they filmed it, and they were probably sharing that footage with their friends.
This is like Super
yep.
Troopers, like
Oh,
the
hold on,
meow
what the
thing.
next-
scroll down.
That's what the next line said. The officers would then share the videos they took with their colleagues in group messages and show them during their breaks.
At least 5 other officers were temporarily suspended for their roles, such as helping to film or drive and failing to report. But they were allowed to keep their jobs.
Well, I mean,
But it happened again in 2018, 2019.
yeah.
They kept the tradition
How do you-
going.
You're just sitting around one night. It's just you and your partner, you're bored.
There's a
like a-
video.
there's a video.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's
is
a
it a video?
slideshow. It's a
Okay,
s-
open it. Open it.
It's the guy on the bike.
No, mute the camera or mute the.
Oh, it shouldn't pull through.
No, it's just a slideshow. It's
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought this is just some dumb prank. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's the cops.
Oh, that's not a good.
Oh, it's
It just
later
shows
on.
them photos of them chucking.
Hold on, let
ice
me read
drinks.
that quote real quick. I thought this is just some dumb prank that specialty units do, and everybody says, "Yeah, this is just what cops do: drive around town, protect and
It
serve,
makes them seem more undercover that
yeah,
way.
and throw slushies."
Like,
on
oh,
people.
cops wouldn't do that. They're jerks.
Wow.
That's crazy. 100% would have been cut it.
Go down there where my mouse is.
Y'all need to use the slow mo feature.
The sergeant said.
Wow.
Hey, Bengals are on the clock, by the way.
Heyo.
Oh man.
At least 3 other 9th mobile officers were involved
Here's-
in the
yeah,
text
keep
thread,
going
but were
down.
not disciplined.
Dude.
So this
They
is
were all part of an elite squad for preventing drug and gun crime.
that's good. I
By
mean, hey, it's a hard job. I think sometimes after doing this hard job, you kind of snap a little bit. I mean, they weren't shooting people or arresting people; they're just chucking ice drinks at them. Yes, it sucks.
So
Way better than making people not breathe
So,
and
if-
shooting them.
that's
if
true.
if the roles are reversed and I call a police officer over to my car and say, "Hey,
You're getting
take
arrested
this," I'm getting arrested.
for assaulting an
If you
officer.
speed
You're
away
going
fast
to
enough,
jail.
You're probably going to catch the back end of the 9
didn't work for Morgan Wallen, that's for sure.
or the 40.
Hey, you better not get pulled over and have an acorn fall next to your car. Did you guys see those
Saw
videos?
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Killed
That
the
was
guy.
crazy. No, he didn't actually. That's the scary part.
Kelly
All those
asked,
shots
"Who did the Bengals
didn't
get?"
hit anybody.
Wow, she knows more about
Nobody
sports than-
yet.
She does.
Nobody yet.
She's like, "I hope they draft that defensive end out of."
She has like all this information about it.
Josh is like, does he play right field?
Home run.
We have to bless somebody.
Yeah, who are we going to bless in this situation? I guess everybody in South Louisville.
Yeah, let's go the entire region of the town because
I mean,
Only-
it needs some blessing.
your cops are either no, never mind. That's political.
Only in Louisville.
What?
They're-
Brianna Johnson? Was
yeah,
that
they're either
Louisville?
breaking into the wrong place and killing people, right? Or they're
Well,
throwing.
they said in the 2018
That's what
one,
happened.
they
After
called
that-
it Slushy Gate.
Slushy game.
And this was just 4 months ago it happened again.
I always thought it was crazy when they'd be
Oh,
like,
wait,
"Oh, we
it
got the
happened
wrong
4 months
address."
ago?
And I'm
No,
like,
this
"Wrong
it happened 4
address."
months ago. Is this article?
Oh.
Apparently in 2018 it
10
was
times.
Slushy Gate.
That's what that's what
It's
I
like a
was reading
desk
about
pop.
there.
They said that guy.
I've seen that.
You never done a desk pop?
I've seen that one.
I know that reference. Oh.
All right, someone said
Who'd they get, Brett?
Hey,
DeLon
South
Turner.
Louisville.
God bless your heart, sweetie.
DeLon Turner,
No,
Wouldn't it be funny if one of them
Vikings.
turned around fast
The
enough to
Vikings
catch
got
it
that.
and
Dallas
chuck
Turner,
it
my
back
bad.
at him?
edge rusher.
Like
So
they
they
threw
are
it out the
gonna
window
trade.
and caught it.
Well, I mean,
Oh no, that's the Vikings. Who did the Bengals get?
I think it's great social interaction. Nobody just
Sorry.
gets a joke.
Right.
Like
It can be fun. I mean, like I said, it's better than getting shot or
Better than eggs. They're gonna be a lot
Arrested.
worse
Is it
things.
wrong for me to want my police to not shoot me unjustly and not throw slushies at me?
My house got
You're asking
egged.
way too much.
The house I used to live in got egged, and that stuff was so hard to wash off. You couldn't get it off the brick; it like molded to it and stuff. It's pretty bad.
I know someone that got her yard forked.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
funny.
It was.
I've done
That's
that.
funny.
Not when you have to clean all of them up.
No,
Well-
And then
no.
they
You know
call
what's not funny?
complaining.
Rubber bands in the driveway. That's not funny.
They did that to you. We used to saran wrap each other's
I
cars.
wasn't part of that.
I still have rubber bands from that.
You don't
we-
even live there.
I picked them all up and put them in a bag.
When I was a
Way to
youth,
recycle. Do you
You're
want a
welcome.
cookie?
when I was a youth
there
leader
were
at the
rubber
Nazarene
bands all
Church
over
back
them.
home.
Do you want
Yeah.
a brownie for picking them up?
Hey, Josh is talking.
Never mind.
I was
Not-
it was
When you were a youth
porn.
pastor from
I got you,
Macomb.
Josh. I got you. Go
It's
ahead.
okay, it's fine.
No, I got you, bud.
Hey, Peggy.
Conflict. Conflict.
No, when I was
Josh.
when I was
Talk
a
it
youth
out,
pastor
Josh.
at a Nazarene church in East Kentucky, we had a turf war with the Baptist church in town, and we would sneak by and saran wrap
Burn it
each
down.
other's cars. Yeah,
That's
we'd
funny.
put mustard and whipped cream and stuff
So
on 'em.
mustard in the correct heat can take paint,
Paint
off
off
cars.
cars.
So you gotta
yeah.
be careful.
Shaving
with
cream
that.
as well.
Protein powder does too.
Whipped
Peeps?
cream.
Oh, nice.
molds really quick too. It'll
Whipped
mold up
cream
on stuff.
smells almost
Vaseline on the
immediately.
windshield sucks.
That is the worst.
No, the best one is peanut butter under the door handle.
Yeah, we did that.
See,
too.
I've been told I
No.
take
Yeah.
pranks too far.
No,
like you'll
the-
sit there and like do something stupid to me, but you know when I egg your house,
The best
funny.
one is
Gets cranked
water
up
in
a
the
notch.
gas tank.
Sugar.
Noah eggs houses with ostrich eggs though, so like that's the problem.
We put
17
rocks.
bucks a house.
We put rocks in a gas tank once of a lawnmower. That was funny.
Remind me to tell you the joke.
I saw the
I've always
gleam
thought
over
about
your
I'm-
eyes.
Like the next person that really gets me going, they're getting Jello down their gas tank. I just want to see if it works.
You should not say that
Yeah, it's incriminating.
Well,
because if you do it now,
I'm gonna put Jello in my gas tank and be like, Noah.
use this as evidence.
Look, he said
What,
it in
so
a
you get a
video.
4x4
but
truck?
now you said it too, so you're screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do it in yours.
we'll delete it.
Wait.
We have control of it. It's like, oh, it glitched. Didn't record that part.
that's gonna be my topic for next.
Oh,
time we
we're
do
over an
that
hour in. That was fun.
We've been over an hour in 15 minutes.
Can we sit down and we should look up the world record for the longest podcast?
It's definitely
It's
oh,
20
it's
over
multiple
24
days.
hours.
Yeah, people commonly do like 24
Because they have the
hours
live
straight.
streams and all that stuff.
Let's
Bro,
do
we
it.
would kill each
Let's
other.
do it. Let's do it.
Right now,
No,
For 200
200.
for episode 200.
I think that would cause that conflict that Kelly loves so much.
What?
Oh, I'm
She
gonna
would fight
sleep.
me. You're
for
going to
part of
sleep
that
during
time.
it?
Yeah.
I like that
Take your
Mr.
medicine.
Beast Mr. Beast gave $10,000 to a guy streaming himself sleeping.
While he was
I watched a
sleeping, I saw
Mr.
that.
Beast video where he drew like a big giant red circle
Yeah,
and put a house in it, and the guy had to live there for 100 days
those are fun.
That seems really simple.
for $500,000.
It's not.
It's
Because,
not. He almost quit multiple times.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's in the house? Is it like internet?
No,
It had everything.
It
you
had
needed.
everything he needed: water, bathroom. But,
But
then
like he
there was
screwed with him
catches.
day
every day.
50, he came in and split the house in half. Cut it in half.
And he had to
And the
live in
circle.
half of the house with a big giant gaping hole.
You wouldn't miss your family, like
Oh, of course I would.
yeah. That's why he almost quit.
Have you not watched?
$500,000.
Have you not watched Mr. Beast videos?
I've seen a couple.
They're
That's the
getting-
first one I've ever
They're
seen.
getting
Watch
more
Ooh,
and
pig
more
is in.
intense.
Pig is in.
Pick is in.
Also, Josh, you better be careful what you say with Kelly watching. She might
Yeah.
take away your camping trip.
That's true.
Are you
she
going
could do
camp?
that.
When are you going camping?
Can't talk about it online, but yeah,
Oh,
I'll
I
tell you.
apologize. Yes. Hold on. Let's stay on. Technically,
Can't
Joey,
jinx
you
it.
weren't invited, obviously.
were you invited?
No, not at all.
Okay. No, it's the same crew every year.
Bengals pick is in. We got to do this.
I do
Verifying.
Know, I do know
what
an
happened.
outsider that got invited.
Something online driver. What's happening
What?
to the computer?
We're talking about the Bengals.
We're fine.
You're good. That's
Okay.
a word. That's a Word document thing. Man, I hate when they say the pick is in and they take 20 minutes to get to the platform. Like, let's go.
I guess we can't technically talk about it.
Oh,
What the draft?
Yeah.
Technically, you're right. Like, you're not supposed to live broadcast. We're not
Well,
broadcasting.
Yeah.
This is before.
Well, you can't like watch an NFL game and do play-by-play, even if they can't see it.
well, this is not a play-by-play.
Wait, are they on the clock or is the pick in?
Pick's in.
Let's do. Hey,
Hold on. Let's
let's boo
You
Roger.
need to chill.
everybody
Yeah,
pick
boo.
who.
I have no
I
clue
don't-
who's been picked.
Yeah, I don't know
who's been
names.
picked. Here we go. They take a quarterback.
Another quarterback in the NFL
Running back.
in the year has been. I can't read good. A lineman. I read that. Needs a lineman.
Read
Brett
the name.
Dickman.
The 18th pick in the
Georgia
2024.
I mean, I'll
NFL
take Georgia
draft.
offensive lineman all
The
day.
Cincinnati
Oh, they're
Bengals
not too
pick.
happy.
I'll take Georgia offensive lineman all day.
He ought to be. He's a lineman.
They don't
in
look
the
too
NFL.
happy.
What do you mean they don't look too happy? 2 years of national champion? I'll take it.
He's crying because he's so happy.
Armia?
Amarius Mims.
Wow.
Mims. You guys remember the
Did
band
not
Mims?
allow a sack in 372 career pass blocks.
I'll take him.
Those are stats.
I'll take him. Joe Burrow just got real happy. Didn't allow one?
Didn't allow one.
He only
got
started 8
braces?
games.
Does he got braces?
That guy is 6'8".
0 sacks allowed in 774 snaps.
Did it
That
say 6'8", 370?
I believe it did, sir. Yes.
He's a happy kid.
He's a large man.
He's a well-fed kid.
Well-fed
I mean,
kid.
yeah, he's huge.
Why is
There
George?
he is.
Why is
What?
The Raiders drafting Brock Power?
I don't know, man. Let them do their thing.
All right,
we're
let's
taking
end
Joe.
this show. It's riveting
All right.
stuff for everybody. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Boom.
Hopefully you got your heart blessed for being out here and tuning in with us, listening or being a part of the live every Thursday night from Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. If you want to be a part of that, get in here with us, and we'll be back here next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Nothing going on?
Nope.
Be
I
the
mean,
1st of May.
As long as I know.
Or 1st of
Lord willing.
Lord
God
willing,
willing.
hellfire and the creek don't rise, as we always
Preach it,
said.
brother. Preach it.
Oh, but yeah, that's all I got.
I don't have anything else. You good, Brad?
Yep.
Okay. I'm Joey.
I'm Josh.
I'm Brett. He's
No,
Noah.
and this is Pod Bless. NFL draft, baby! I'm so excited.
Never
Go
heard
to
that guy's
bed.
name before he got drafted.
Meme. Or
Now
what
he's
was
my
it?
Mims.
favorite player.
Memes. Hey,
Amarius. Amarius is a cool first name.
Memes is a cool
Mims.
last name.
Probably Mims.
Mims.
M-I-M-S. Music is my favorite.
Memes are
That's
fun.
it.